welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a Q&A. It feels like forever since I've done one of these, but then again it feels like I did one yesterday. I think it's just because I go on YouNow a lot and like answer questions there that I feel like I do it a lot. But anyways, that's besides the point. I'm doing a Q&A. Alea is right here behind me, so if things get out of hand and crying and cranky and grumpy, it's her. So I asked you guys on Snapchat to ask me questions on Twitter. I try to do it like that so that people that follow me on Snapchat could like have the advantage. I usually always post it on Twitter, but then I realized I said use the hashtag SnapFam Q&A, and you can't put an and sign in your hashtag, so I can't even do that. So bear with me as I try to find these questions through my notifications. So the number one question I have received is, when are we moving? And Katie Merrigan, when you move into the house you and Oscar are buying, will Levi and Alea share separate rooms or share? Okay, I totally read that incorrect, but I get what you mean. So we don't know when we'll be moving. It's just kind of when we find one. We are looking very often, so hopefully in the next 2 to 4 months we'll find something and move in. I know that usually when you find one it takes like a month to 2 months for it to close and you to actually be able to move in. So that's my timeline for you guys. I don't really even know, that's why I haven't answered it. Levi and Alea will not share a room just because we want at least a 5-bedroom, so it won't be necessary for them to share a room. They will have their own, which will be so nice because Levi's toys and her clothes, like it's too much to share. Next question is by Emma, and she asks, what is the most challenging part of having 2 kids and being so far away from both your families? P.S. Love you guys, you're amazing. We love you too, thank you. I think the hardest thing for me is I want Levi to be around his grandparents. Like I grew up, like I didn't grow up a terrible childhood, but I grew up without a lot of family around, and I want my kids to have family around, so it's kind of hard because I don't want to move out of Utah. Obviously we're buying a house here in Utah, so we are staying, but it's just when I was considering where we should buy a house, that did pop into my mind. I feel like it's so important to be around family, so that's a bummer just because I feel like my kids get lonely. I mean, she's too little, but Levi, I feel like he gets bored and lonely, and I wish he had his grandparents to like take him to go do something fun or give him too much candy. Like I wish that my kids could have that experience. And as far as like me being selfish about it, I wish I could be like, Dad, can you watch like Levi, or you know, can you watch Alea, or same with Oscar's mom. Like I wish we could kind of like have a babysitter whenever we needed, but doesn't work that way, but that's okay. We love it here in Utah. That's just the down part of it. Next question is by Nusaba. Are you guys in contact with your friends from high school, or are things different now that you have children? Very good question. You don't become friends with a lot of people. Well, most people aren't friends with people that they went to high school with. There's just like 1 or 2 select people. However, I am friends with 2 people from my high school, Winter and my friend Kyla, who I don't talk about a lot, but Kyla is like my #1 best friend. I've been friends with her since 7th grade. But yeah, there's 2 people that I'm friends with from high school. The rest, like, I'll kind of message here and there on Facebook, or they'll respond to my Snapchat or something like that, like my Snapchat story. But, I mean, it's not like something where it's a real friendship that's still there. And we definitely don't hang out. I wouldn't say it's just because we had kids. I think it's just there's a lot of things. Like you get older, you start doing your own thing, it's just, it doesn't really matter if you have kids or not. It kind of just fades away. I almost thought I wasn't recording. I looked up at the viewfinder and I almost had a heart attack. Okay, this question I don't have a screenshot for because everyone asks this. I don't know why, because I feel like Oscar and I answer this all the time, so I'm sorry if it's repetitive. Will Oscar and I have more kids? The answer is yes. I don't know how many. Oscar at this point some days says he doesn't want anymore. We will be at least having 1 more. But as far as 2 or 3 more, I don't know. I would say yes, but I have to, you know, obviously have the other person consent. And I don't know, I just think Oscar's always imagined himself with a few kids, not like, you know, a school of kids where I imagined that. So we kind of have to meet in the middle, but we will at least be having 1 more. We'll just bring you into the video, huh? At Okbaby fan page asks, now that you have 2 kids, do you still get weird looks? You know, I assumed we would, but we actually get way less, because I feel like people used to look at us with 1 kid and think, wow, like they made a mistake, they had a baby. Whereas like a second one is like, they have 2 kids, they probably like, I don't know, it's just people think, I guess it's more socially acceptable, which doesn't make sense. If you can't raise 1, how could you raise 2? But I just think that people think that it was like meant to happen once there's 2. People always assume if you're young and it's 1 that it was like so unwanted. I don't know. I mean, it was an accident, but like that doesn't mean it's unwanted, if that makes sense. At OkBabe says, what would your dream house consist of? I love you so much. So actually hold that thought. So Oscar just told me that he is stranded with his boosted board and Levi because his boosted board died. So now I have to go get them. So I'm gonna finish this in a second. Bye guys. Well, I'll be right back, not bye. Okay, it's now like 6 hours later and I'm just now getting back and being able to film. So I'm gonna film the rest of this for you guys. I know I look different, the lighting's different. It's because again, it's so much later. The next question is by OK Bug Buddy. If you could have a mom related superpower, what would it be? Love you. We love you too. Mine would definitely be to have like the power to make them quiet, like abracadabra, be quiet, and then everybody's quiet, but they're happy too. Like I don't want to be like mean and make them sad by making them quiet, but just like making them quiet. Next question is by Okbaby ×2 fan page. What is your favorite meal of the day? My favorite meal of the day 2 years ago would have probably been breakfast, but now I'm lucky if I can get breakfast before 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'd probably say dinner time because I have dinner after Levi goes to sleep, so it's like time for Oscar and I or by myself, whatever it is. It's like quiet and like I can eat peacefully. But meal-wise, like actually the food is breakfast. What are you currently watching on Netflix? Love you, girl. Love you too, Piper. What am I watching? I'm watching Shameless, which I actually only have a few episodes left, but I like don't want to finish them because I don't want the show to be over. I'm not sure if they're making another season or not. I'll have to Google it, but I'm watching that. We just finished 13 Reasons Why, which is such a good show. I highly recommend it. What's another one? I'm watching like 20 at the same time. I was watching Scandal, but they haven't put a new season on Netflix yet. I know like it's on TV, but it's not on Netflix. Those are probably the top 3 that I've been watching lately. And if I don't have anything to watch, I watch Law & Order, but I've seen like all of them, so I usually only watch it if there's nothing else. Next question is by Emily, and she asks, how would you compare Levi to Alea at her age? So this is something I do kind of often, but I feel like I don't ever do it on the vlog or on my channel, but I would say probably that Alea is but like she's more advanced. She can hold her head up like pretty well, if not perfect, and Levi could not do that for quite some time. Levi was very premature, like, well not very, but like a month or a little bit over a month, but I'm being thrown up on. Anyways, I feel like she's a lot more developed and like vocal and wants to smile a lot more. I don't really remember everything about Levi. I could be wrong about the smiling thing, but I know for sure she is a lot more physically advanced than he was. That's pretty much it though for this Q&A. I'm sorry if it was short. I don't really remember how many questions I answered before I had to stop and leave, but hopefully it was enough. And if you guys ever want to ask questions, I do get on YouNow pretty frequently, and that's usually where I do most of my Q&As. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time.